Good afternoon, everyone. Have you ever wondered why sometimes, no matter how hard we try to show our gestures of love and care, just don't seem to get through to other people? It's like speaking two different languages. Today, I want to share a simple idea about how to idea that could change the way we connect with others and in our lives, and that is the five love languages. We all express and receive love in different ways. By Dr. Gary Chapman, the author of the five love languages, identify five main ways people feel love. First is words of affirmation, and second is acts of service. Third is receiving gifts, and fourth quality time, and last and physical touch. So these love languages are like unique communication code, and by understanding them, we can make our relationship stronger and more meaningful. So why is this so important? Well, let me walk you through the five love languages and show you how we can improve our love language um, by relationships. First, words of affirmations is just like hearing a word and you will feel love. So such as words like I really appreciate everything that you did for me, or you are so talented, or like your work is always hard and it inspires me. Yeah, like this kind of words. If you hear that, it means you will feel love, and this means that your words are affirmation. So try to think about it like simple compliment can brighten someone's day. So if this is your friends or partners or your relatives love languages, a few kinds of words that you encourage them will give them a will feel they're cherished. So next is acts of service. So service is kind of like helping others needs, and is you guys um heard do you guys heard like action speaks louder than words. So it's thank you. So this is including in this part. So it's like simple helping will help that person feel love. And third is receiving gifts. For some people, receiving a thoughtful gifts will no matter how small or big, will how small or how big, um, is important. So it's not about a price or tag, but it's about the heart that they're thinking about that person. Fourth is quality time. So this all about being fully present. So like you're spending time with that person, but without using like phones or technology, but just only spending time with that person. So like it's like you're giving energy to that person. So those who think that spending time together with others gives feels loves and get energy, and that means that your love language is quality time. And finally is the physical touch, but in this one is like you're feeling love with a physical closeness like hugs, holding hands, and extra. And one important point to note here is that the way you express love and the way you receive love is different. So for example, like me, the way I express love is giving a gift to others, but the way I receive love is the words of affirmations. So yeah. Um, but so now why does all this matter? Because this is as persuasive speech, so we need evidence, right? So let's try to go through the evidence. College students, like all of us, must always build build a new relationship with others. So like friends, classmates, and like partners. And understanding love languages can help us straighten those connections. When we know when we know someone feeling and that someone feels most appreciate, then we can also show love to that person. Um, but applying this concept, we can also reduce misunderstanding. So you might be showing love in a way that makes sense to you, but if it's not that person loves language, then that might not touch them. So this will help you to understand other people. And so challenge, I want to challenge everyone in here to try this out. So over the next week, pick one person, important person you think, like friends or family members or partner, and figure out what makes them feel most appreciated. Then make a small gestures in love languages and try to show them. So as Jerry Truman says, love is a choice you make every day. Let's choose to show love in ways that truly matter. And let's build stronger, happier relationship by speaking the right love language. Thank you.
Good job. High five.
So imagine step of airplane in foreign country, feeling a mix of nervousness and excitement. I also had this experience because last year I took an airplane heading to the USA. I was very nervous and at the same time very excited because this is my first time to head to other country. So yeah, this is new challenge and new experience for me. So yeah, and then I have one funny story. In the airplane, I was thirsty, so I asked the flight attendants to get Coke Zero. But at that time, I didn't know how Coke Zero is called Coke Zero in English. So in Korea we just say zero Coke. So I said, can I get zero Coke? She took a few seconds and then gave two things. One is Coke, the other is Jack Daniel, which is a whiskey. So I was thinking why she gave me this whiskey because I didn't know how order Coke Zero in English. So but I just act I I was acting like I just want these things because I didn't show I ordered me wrongly. Yeah, but after I got this experience, I never made this mistake again when I ordered Coke Zero. So I would like to say the new challenge and new experience make us grow up and then more develop our ability. So today I'm gonna tell you why you should go to exchange student. Yeah. So on my experience, I was in USA as exchange student. At that time, I got gender, race, and violence class. So it was very new thing and new challenge because I was born in Korea and I spent my whole life in the Korea. So and then actually Korea is homogeneous society. Most of people are just Korean. So I don't need to think more carefully about other race, but in America I'm minority and then Asian and then I met a lot of different race from other country. So I just learned why we think about race and then how we care of the race problems like discrimination and some other crime like that. So that I think that new experience and new challenge make me more grow up and then how to think as global citizen. So I recommend this exchange program will give some opportunity that to make you more broaden your perspective and experience. But however, I understand that you guys have some cost problem of going to abroad because it's very expensive. Studying abroad is not cheap. So I give another options like that you can choose Europe as exchange student. So Europe is more cheaper than going to USA, and then at the same time it have more benefits like you can you can travel to the multiple countries, so you can experience more countries history culture, and then it also give more experience to you than you just go to America cheap and then more multiple experience. Yeah, but even though you go to Europe, there is still have a problem. Living cost, rent, and then flight fee is not cheap for the student. So I want to introduce one scholarship program, which is Mire Asset scholarship program. So the owner this company is a private company. So when you apply it to go on exchange program, they get your some paper about you and then get interview of you, and then if you pass you can get 7 million Korean won. So I think if you get this scholarship, uh, it causes to solve the problem of cost living abroad and studying abroad. Yeah, so it is good way to it is good way if you feel burden of cost to study overseas. Yeah, so in conclusion, I think if we get the challenge and then push ourselves to the more new area, like to get out of the safety zone, it costs to grow up and then develop our ability and perspective. So I highly recommend you go to the exchange program, but there is a problem of cost. So it also have solution to choose Europe and then to choose applying for private company scholarship. So yeah, if you go to exchange student with this some supporting policy, maybe you can get more opportunity to broaden your perspective as world citizen, and then less burden with scholarship. Thank you.
Have you been in Thailand for a mission trip? I want to show you one picture. This is me and my Thailand friend, and while we are being mission trip, so we met in Christian camp, and she first didn't believe Jesus, but after the camp, she claimed that she's a Christian. So I was so happy to be with Christian with her. So that was so precious experience to me. And so my Thailand mission trip was very fun and excited and also wonderful, as you can see in the picture. So today I want to talk about why do we have to missionary to Thailand in 3 different topics: the misunderstanding of missionary, and why should we go to Thailand, and why do we have to go to mission trip. So there is a misunderstanding about missionary. First misunderstanding is only sincere person are worthy to go on a mission trip. Some of the people think that being sincere is very important, but that is not true. So in 1 Corinthians chapter 1 and verse 27, But God chose the foolish things of the world to shame the wise. God chose the weak things of the world to shame the strong. God chose the lowly things to this world and the despised things, and the things that are not to nullify the things that are. So God rather choose the foolish one to use. In Thailand, me and my crew all think we are all unprepared. So someone feels ashamed about their self, or some feel fear about going to mission trip. But God has used us much more than we expected. And the second misunderstanding is we have to look like holy person to those in other country, but that is not very important because if you are a pastor, then maybe the holiness could be the most important thing. But as one of the crew of mission trip, the more important thing is being with them and living with them. Jesus is God, but he came down on earth to sacrifice himself and also show how to love each other. So Jesus said in John 13, I have set you an example that you should do as I have done for you. Like Jesus did. Missionary is just living with each other and loving each other. And it's not very hard to think how we can live with them. We just need to think the Thailand people are our friends. They're not different. Living in different country does not mean they are different with us. They are all related with us in God's plan. So we just need to play with them and spend time and being closer together. And by living with them, the biggest advantages to me in Thailand was I could act just as I am, because no one knows me in Thailand, and I don't have to take care of my images. So I could be just as I am. And so why Thailand? Why do you have to go to Thailand? It is because first, it does not require much money. Thailand is close to Korea, so the air tickets is not very expensive, and the price in Thailand is very cheap. So, for example, if you want to eat some menu, some restaurants single menu, the price is only 40 baht to 60 baht. That is 1,600 won to 2,400 won. So it is very cheap. And second, they are very open to Korean because they really love Korean culture. According to a survey by the Korea in 2022, the number of passionate users among the Korean wave users is the largest in the world. The Thailand is the largest Korean wave users in the world. So, for example, they really liked us when we go to the mission trip. So there is some example video for it. They were all just like screaming. They really liked it. So they have very open mind for Korean. And third, we can learn their good cultures because they use sabay sabay, word sabay sabay, and that means I'm good, I'm comfortable. And Thai people also call Thai smile because they smile very well and they are friendly. And they respect each other by greeting very well. So they greet to adult like this. Their hands are in front of their chest. And when they meet monk, their hands going up. And when they meet king, their hands going more up when they greeting. So they respect each other. So why do we have to go to mission trip? That is because we can understand God's love more deeper. So you can feel the joy by seeing someone being saved by believing Jesus. And so we can understand how God will be delightful. And for my experience, I saw a little girl in Thailand and I thought she is the image of Jesus because Jesus became human as very small and weak as like that girl. So in the conclusion, today I talked about why should we go to a mission trip in Thailand, and just from the Thai people's point of view, they could be very happy just only we are going to there because if we receive someone like someone far away just came because to meet us, they would be very glad and happy to us like that. And Thai people are happy just because we are meeting them, so we can feel God's love more deeply and share more love more widely. And thank you.
I feel so tired, so I'm so down, and I don't feel like doing a speech.
Whoa.
Yeah. How do you guys feel today? How do you guys feel today?
Same as you.
Tired?
Yeah.
Tired? Yeah. For me, when I'm sad and down, I eat chocolate. So after I eat my chocolate, I mostly, like 10 out of 9 times, like I feel happy. I can feel my mood getting better. And we hear a lot of people saying we should choose to be happy. It's an emotion that doesn't just come like out of nowhere, but it's a choice that we can make. But let's just change this one thing, happiness, to sadness. I am Hahee Baek, and today I would like to share why we have to choose to be sad instead of happy. So the first point that I want to make is because sadness, this emotion, is not a negative emotion. Because we think it's very normal for us to think negative emotions as a big thing. So for example, today you met 10 friends and 9 friends complimented on your outfit. They told you, oh, you look good today. Seulhee, you look good today. Oh, Minseop, I like your glasses today. Oh, Sanwool, I like your hair today. Like 9 of them complimented.
Yeah.
But there's one friend. At the end of the day, when you're eating dinner, that friend commented something bad about you. Oh, why do you eat like that? Oh, you chew so loud. Something negative. And I think it's probably most of us agree that even though we had 9 compliments in that day, at the end of the day, on the bed, you'll think of that one negative comment on your mind. You'll be like, do I actually chew really loud? Oh, how do I eat? Maybe I should take a video of me eating. Like, you'll focus on the negative comments. But you can choose to actually accept this. We tend to just get rid of these negative comments and force us to focus on this compliments that we received. But instead of forcing you to ignore these negative comments, actually you can accept it. And this is because of the negative bias. So this is stated by the author Robbins from the Wall Street Journal. He actually mentioned that it's natural for us to focus on the negative comments compared to the good comments that we receive. And this compulsion that we feel that we need to be happy actually leads us to depression and anxiety. So this leads us to our second point, how we should accept the sadness. How should we do it? Because it's very hard And sometimes it's very complicated and I don't want to accept my sad feelings. It feels like it's gonna ruin my day. So here's how. It's called a talk back. So this strategy was mentioned by the author Jeffrey Brunston, and he wrote a book about anxiety and depression. So he surveyed a lot of students who are going through anxiety and depression, especially in schools and homes. And he found out that students who are actually talking back to their emotions experienced a pure happiness. So what is this talking back to my emotion? So this is how you do it. For example, that comment that I heard, oh, you're chewing too loud. And actually I'm saying hi to this negative emotions, saying, some people actually can feel that way. I'm agreeing to their negative emotions that they felt. And by just talking back to our emotion, makes us set a boundary to how people see us versus how I am. So this leads to us differentiating this sad emotions from outside and just my emotion itself. So this distinguishes how I want to feel versus how I ought to feel. And this talking back strategy will allow us to accept our every valuable emotions valid, which will enable us to experience pure happiness without any force. So, as a conclusion, I'm not saying to be anti-happiness, like you shouldn't agree to your happiness or anything, but I just am here to persuade you to actually choose to be sad and accept and say hi to your negative emotions. So yeah, let's be sad to reach out to the pure happiness. Thank you for listening.